Okay. So hi everybody, and thank you for taking the time and joining our future leadership program. Um, it's a new program. It's as you will see, we'll go through it. It has a different component to it. But first of all, I want to present Paulina. Maybe you can say a word, who will be with me, the head, and helping to lead the program. Paulina?
Hi, my name is Paulina Kreszkiewicz. I am the administrator in the ETCMA, and I will have a pleasure to assist and lead to my best abilities the project. Thank you.
Thank you. And as you will see, people will join the program. You will meet Paulina a lot, and she will be really navigating through the whole program. Is there anyone here from the EC, from the ETCMA wants to say something? You're welcome. If not, we'll leave some time in the end for questions and answers. But if somebody wants to say something, fine. If not, I'll continue. Okay. So the best way to predict the future is to create it together. I think one of the most important parts, as we will see, is leadership, is working together as a group and creating our future. The future doesn't just happen. I mean, when it happens, it can go many different ways. But if it's planned, if people are leading processes, eventually we meet whatever, like the tree that is growing is to do with the seeds that we plant and nourished and water them all the time. So it's a lot about our responsibility to work together towards the future that we want to see. Later, I'll discuss our profession is facing different challenges. If we don't acknowledge it and do things today, I think our future will be less bright than possible, and not just for us, but for humanity, for the sake of healing and creating a change. First of all, we identify the problem. It's one of the and we'll talk about it in depth. The current state of Chinese medicine is that we are lacking leadership, and there is some reasons for it. You know, it doesn't just it's not by coincidence. And I will want to go deeper into the situation that we are now. And I think since all of you joined and you have this leadership built in inside you, wanting to create change, wanting to give from yourself to the community and for humanity, then I think identifying the problem is an important part. Obviously, then we'll go to the vision and the profile and the benefits. So the problem is that in Chinese medicine, there is no career path for leaders. It's not like, let's say, in a university. Okay, you have a bachelor, master, PhD. You have people growing through some processes. Obviously, in larger organizations, you have people who are growing and studying different forms of MBAs, etc. And there is a normal process of growing leaders. Our profession is a grassroots movement in the West. So it started from people who were just inspired about being a healer, inspired about Chinese medicine. And some of the schools were made also in the grassroots movement, associations definitely. So we are not a long established profession in the West with a kind of path that promotes and find leaders, bring them up all the time, which if you look at other organizations, they have this kind of foundations that help to grow people and grow it's not leaders, it's not just one person, but a leadership layer. So I think worldwide we are kind of lacking. It's a very thin leadership layer. We tend to see the same people all the time, same like me. We call them now almost the dinosaurs, but we don't see the next layers coming up. And a lot of it is due to this inbuilt profession that we are in. There's no degrees, there's no pathways, there's no big organizations that are working, that you work there for years and you move from one position to another. Most of us are volunteering in whatever we are doing. So we have to understand that it's natural, but within this, we have to make a special effort. The second reason is what we call the therapist profile. People who choose to be therapists are usually less, they are more involved with patients, with healing, less with leading and being like a more type A driven towards targets, etc. So overall, our profession is, we see more people who are wants to be practitioners than be involved in the active parts of leadership. And I'm saying because all association, and we know all the association in Europe, and I know around the world, we have this, I think, lack of people who wants to step up. I think they are there. We'll talk about it, but we have to promote it. It doesn't happen naturally. But the future of the community and sustainability is all about leadership, and basically all about you who joined this webinar. So our vision is to identify and encourage and promote next generation of leaders in the field of acupuncture in Europe, but also a bit larger. So this is the vision of this program. It's a very focused program with a very focused end to it. We can say we have two goals. One is more into the identifying people and helping them to grow. And the second is part of it, but it's to guarantee the continuability and the continuity and the sustainability. First of all, I'll talk about the ETCMA because we are all the EC members, the executive committee members. Usually we serve a term of 3 years. I'm serving my second term. Some of the people in the executive committee also serving second term. But we are looking down the line, and we want to see more people coming and growing into making the ETCMA sustainable, strong, and fulfilling its promise and potential. So who are we looking for? First of all, people are motivated. And as I know from my many years of experience, there's a lot of everyone can become a leader, giving them the situation, sometimes the strength or the abilities or the task. And I'm always amazed, people who've been like so shy, and you would never think, a lot that they can do. Suddenly, when there is the situation is calling from, the leader is coming up. And it's all coming from motivation. And it's all coming from this willing to lead, but mainly to contribute. And although I was talking about the profile of practitioners who are, we can say, maybe more softer profile, people who are less kind of, we call type A in a simple way. I've seen so many times that anyone can rise, and a lot of people will surprise themselves. Suddenly they'll find themselves when they are in a position, when they lead, when they take responsibility, this magic is coming up. And this is, I think, one of the key component of this program is really to help people to shine. And I believe that everyone who joined, as this core inner vision and wish to inspire and help. So, and Mainly, we are focusing on the members of the ETCMA, so people who joined in. And we'll see, we'll create another small international group. I know some people applied from around the globe. We'll create a smaller leadership international group with a special task, but our main focus is on members. We call it members because as the ETCMA, our members are associations and their members are our members. So you are the first, you are the one that we are approaching. You have to be graduates of a TCM school, so a acknowledged school, a practitioner with experience, but the experience is not important. You can be also a last year student or soon graduates. We have a lot of priority for people who are coming with some backgrounds. Many people, Chinese medicine and acupuncture is their second career. So they've been in IT, they've been in design, they've been doing some other professional work before, and they can bring their skills and abilities. And we are, I can say, desperately looking for people with skills. As you know, we are all running on a kind of shoestring budgets, and we have to be very focused on how we use our resources. And your talent is so much needed. And I know there is a lot of talented people out there that can really contribute in a dramatic way. So if you have any extra talent or friends that haven't joined the program, just bring them in. Because this is really the best way to grow is to bring talent, to bring your experience in. A little bit about the benefit of the program, and then I'll talk in depth about the program itself. So first of all, people who will join the program, they will be mentored. Some of the program you will see will be mentored more specifically by the committee's members in the executive committee of the ETCMA. Some will be moderated in a different way, but I think that anyone who will join the program will gain a lot from being mentored, being exposed to the different facets of the ETCMA work. You will be listed. We will have a dedicated web page. So anyone who is in the program will be listed there and will be part of the ETCMA project. You will be working, as I say, closely with the EC, and you will be, I think, part of a very exciting process. Each time there will be a summary, which will be also captured in a video, and the most impactful presentation will be also presented and will be part of our GM, of our General Assembly, probably not the next one, the one after. So you'll be invited also to present face-to-face your experience, your findings. And so this will be another aspect of kind of more involvement. And obviously, we are looking for people to get more familiar with the ETCMA, with us, and to motivate you to be also involved in the future of the ETCMA and hopefully be active members in the future as well. The program is divided into 3 quarters. You will see we'll have another meeting of getting to know each other, and then we will start. Each quarter is 4 months. So the first quarter will be working groups. So you will be allocated or you can assign to specific working groups. And each 4 months will be 3 months of working meeting and then 1 month of summarizing and then a presentation of the summary to the whole group and probably also to the EC. So this will be the first quarter. We'll talk about what each working group can do and will be what we expect, the different areas we want to touch. Then in the second quarter, you will be allocated to different committees. So let's see, you will be in advocacy committee for 4 months. So you will be under the advocacy head and you will discuss with the head of the committee exactly the task for this, again, 3 months and 1 month summary. And then there will be a kind of switch. So if you've been in, let's say, in advocacy, then the last quarter you will go and be part of communication. So you'll be exposed to 2 different committees, and also hopefully help different committees and get to know the overall working of the ETCMA. This is the kind of timeline with the program. So we are here, we are at the our initiation kind of meeting, and we'll leave some time for questions and answers. Then the next meeting will be on the 24th of July, where there will be more personal introductions. Everyone who decide to join the program will have 2 or 3 minutes to present themselves, and so everybody will get to know everyone. Then maybe we can also help to allocate you to different groups. And then the work will start for the first quarter in the working groups. And it's the first quarter is very strategic. Will evolve a lot about data mining, analyzing, and I'll explain it in the next slide. But I think it's a very interesting quarter. So also you'll get to know a small group of people you are working with, and you will go deeper into different aspects of that I think are core for the future of Chinese medicine. And then, as I said, you will move into the mentorship program. You will be allocated to one committee, and then you will move to a different committee. Again, 3 months of meetings. We didn't set up the intensity, but usually meetings are not more than once every, let's say, 3 weeks, months. So it's not like a weekly meeting unless a group is decided to work a bit more intensively. So a lot of the work you will do yourself. Everybody will take tasks. Then there is a meeting once a month, and then you basically bring your findings, analyze them, and bring the final conclusion. So it doesn't, as I say, some groups may work a bit. We'll meet every 2 weeks. I don't know, maybe once a week if they need for a specific project, but normally it's 3 weeks to a month, a meeting of, let's say, 1 or 2 hours. Doesn't mean that you don't work in between, but as far as a kind of putting off a hard time in your schedule, I think this is what to expect. So around, let's say, 2 or 3 hours every 3 weeks or 4 weeks for a meeting with your peers. So this covered the 3 quarters, and now I want to go into the working groups. So there is 6 working groups. This is the first quarter. The idea of the first quarter mainly is data collection and analysis. And there will be 6 working groups focusing on different areas. The first one, it's actually surprising, but what we call retails and sponsors. So basically, it's to analyze the industry. If I look at the medical profession, the reason they are so strong because they have the pharma industry behind them. So every profession, if you have a good relationship with the industry and with the commercial part of the industry, so it can be from insurance companies to needle companies to other that we identify. As a profession, we don't work enough with the industry. We are always lacking in budget, but on the other hand, we don't know how to work good with sponsors. It's a mutual relationship and a mutual need. I mean, the industry needs the practitioners, and in a sense, the associations especially, but they are the ones that are kind of leading the practitioners are needing the industry, and it's as I said, I hope that within this process we'll find better ways to have a better communication with all the industry around us. So they will support our work financially, and we will help also them grow. We'll expose them if they are in a good quality. This is part of the process. I mean, we are identifying here areas of weakness that we want to change or create a strength there. So it's a lot of data mining, identifying sponsors or funding opportunities, different funding opportunities, analyzing the findings that you find through the data. And as I said, after the fourth meeting, after like 3 months of collecting data and meeting, then in the end of the fourth month, this group will present their finding. We have identified this huge insurance companies that are looking to give you $1 million, right? Just to say, I mean, again, in life, unless you go out and ask, you don't get an answer. So this is this group. The advocacy group, it's more strategic mapping of all the different ways and channels and persons that we need to advocate to. So again, screening, data mining, bringing from your experience and seeing and coming to conclusion. By the way, you will also analyze the different, this is like an idea, the different associations. So you'll see which association maybe is doing better advocacy, which is doing less good advocacy, and the one that is doing good, to identify what are they doing good. And it's all from data mining. Can be a little bit of interviews. It's up to your group. IT and social media. So here really looking, for example, in all the websites of association and analyzing them. Maybe we can do, especially if we look at the ETCMA, maybe we can promote like a website to look in a certain way and to give a certain image to our profession. So this is an opportunity to kind of, for this group to look at how associations are using social media, is our profession using social media, where we can do better, where we are doing maybe mistakes. So it's really up to this group to analyze. As I say, it's more a data and analyzing process with the working groups. Then recommendation of evidence-based medicine. This is the EBM. There is a lot of recommendation of acupuncture to the level of evidence-based medicine. So basically, at some point, if in hospital, it's an evidence-based hospital, we should have been integrated a long time ago, and for many conditions. And there is already quite a lot of lists and of where acupuncture had reached the level of being evidence-based to the level that it should be incorporated. As we know, very little is done, but this group will look more into where there is success and where not, and where maybe we should focus in the future, etc. Then we have the legal group, which is, to me, we are lacking this information on a daily basis to really map, and we focus on Europe. The international group can do some mapping worldwide to look at the landscape, the legal landscape in different countries. But we all seem to know, but eventually, and I know I'm traveling through all the European countries, most of them, okay, I've been many times, and still, we are lacking some pieces. And we are lacking pieces, especially when people ask us, I want to move to the Netherlands. Can I be accepted there, work there? What we call work migration. What is the needed component to work somewhere, to move from one country to another? So the legal working group will map, will analyze whatever they can in the time allocated, but also a lot of time identifying gaps is also fine. I don't know if everything will come with the crisp answers. And then we have the educational working group, which is look at the analysis of the level of education in different countries, and then probably even at that point, there will be some liaison from the educational committee, which is already doing some work on this level, but needs not just extra hands, but people who are just sometimes sitting there and analyzing whatever they can find, and not just in the internet, sometimes in interviews. I must say, we are still don't have a good map, and we have a lot of gaps when we want to analyze our profession, especially if we want to look of how to navigate things. And leadership is about navigating. Sometimes people are happy as they are, but you can see that in few years, if they will not change, they will face difficulties. If the education is low, everything is low, basically. There's no way you can integrate people if they're not coming with a good education. So this is this working group process. And this will be actually the interesting challenge of the first quarter. And after our next meeting on the 24th of July, we will everything will work on the drive. Maybe this is a time for Paulina to say something. She will kind of help to organize everything. And so people will allocate themselves to different groups. Maybe, Paulina, I want to add something that I missed.
Basically, well, we haven't come up yet with a very specific date, but 24th of July sounds like a quite good date to set it up. So we are still, warmed up and have the traction before we all go on holiday in August. So that would be a good time to come together, make a short presentation, like literally 2-3 minutes each one, highlighting who they are, and making very short intro. And we can decide on the process of how to allocate to the working groups. Perhaps to ease it, we can send out a survey to yourselves, so we get a sense also what are your interests. And yeah, we will basically take it from there.
Thank you, Paulina. And also, if there will be a chance that you can't make it on the next webinar, you can send a short intro video. We can help you to set it up so that everybody will be presented in the same time. So let's impact the future together.